This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy, and this is our brand new segments that we're going to be doing and releasing on a weekly basis. This is 6 peptides that'll get you shredded. It's not a terribly long video. I'll break in whenever I feel like. I've not seen it before. Okay, so this is totally fresh to me. We're getting my instant reaction to this Dr. James video, 6 peptides that'll get you shredded. Here we go. It doesn't end well unless it ends. Can't just report the fucking obvious.
I don't care what a critic got to say, I got them picking up the pieces. That me, you really playing with your life, I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new everybody.
Just go.
100 fat loss peptides out there, but only 6 are worth the money. What's interesting is that these peptides don't burn fat. They do something better and target what's stopping fat loss at the biological level. And now let's start with retatrutide. This is a GLP-3. It's a triple threat. GLP-1 stops hunger, GIP keeps blood sugar steady, and glucagon, that turns fat burning on. Did you know retatrutide doesn't just help you eat less, it reprograms your set point. Leptin and insulin sensitivity improves so much, your brain stops defending your old weight. That means it's not short-term fat loss, it's long-term metabolic recalibration. And thanks to the glucagon component, you're not just cutting calories, you're burning more at rest. Clinical studies confirm participants had a 24.2 body weight loss in 48 weeks. And that's why it outperforms semi-glutamide across the board. CRP, triglycerides, HDL, all better. Did you know it slashed liver fat in diabetics up to 80%, and that was before any major fat loss? Use cases then. If on orals, Reta will protect your lipids. Stacking it with Test, Primo, Mast or Deca, appetite's going to be in check. If on GH, is going to stabilize glucose and support insulin sensitivity. For dosing, split administration to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Guys start at 1 mg and increase by 0.5 per week. And that's up to
All right. So he's gone straight to retatrutide, which most people know, or maybe they don't, that retatrutide has not been approved by the FDA yet, but it is available. You need to make sure you're getting a good source for any of these things. With my experience with clients, this is supposed to be an appetite suppressant, and I've actually found that for some people, it does the exact opposite. It increases their appetite. That's what you have to understand about these things. You know, see what works for you, and sometimes there's more than one answer. Traditionally, this retatrutide is actually done once a week, starting at the 1 milligram dose. And what I've started to do with retatrutide, with tirzepatide, and even with semaglutide, instead of increasing the dose every 4 weeks, I would rather stay in contact with the client and adjust the client on an as-needed basis. Here's another thing. The first 30 days, maybe you lose weight, maybe you don't. Everybody is different. But I've had, someone that didn't lose weight in the first 30 days and then lost 45 pounds in the next 3 months following that. That's totally legit. These are great tools. It's not cheating. It's a great way to help people get on a healthier diet. And we'll see if he talks about how to eat on this too. That'll be interesting. If he just doesn't talk about the peptide, but the right way to use the peptide, the right way to eat while taking these peptides as well.
A common sweet spot of 3 to 4 a week. Next up, tirzepatide. Controls cravings, boosts insulin sensitivity, and preserves lean mass. It's a dual agonist, GLP-1 and the GIP. So we're just missing the glucagon, which is the energy component from Reta. Clinical trials have seen 15 to 22% fat loss. Hemoglobin A1C has been seen to drop by 1.9 points. It's perfect for bridging phases or low test periods where appetite can spike and fat gain is common. Dosages are once a week, starting at 2.5. Users can then titrate up to 10 to 15 a week, depending on tolerance. Dose it fasted in the morning or anytime you feel like a major fridge raid is coming on. Before we move on to the next one, stacking Reta and Trizep is going to hit 2 powerful hormone pathways. You'll be doubling down on hunger control.
So, first of all, the dude is increasing the dose already in the second week. I absolutely do not recommend that anybody do that, and it's not necessary. And then I haven't heard this. This is crazy. Doing both of them? One of the reasons people like these GLP-1s is it's cheaper than getting Ozempic, especially if it's not covered by their doctor. Because if Ozempic was covered by their doctor, they'd be doing that. I've never come across a reason why somebody would need to do 2 of these, and certainly not at the beginning. You know, my concern too is I've seen where people just using one have used too high a doses and lost weight too fast. It matters how you still eat on these. These are tools meant to help you. These are not things that are going to do all the work for you. You still need to do some of the work. It's that simple. And this is just making it like, just take these and add this and do that, and you're all good. You don't have to do shit. No, you do have to do shit. The goal is not to stay on these for life, at least not for my clients. I want them to be able to develop better habits, to be able to, when they get to their weight and they look in the mirror and they feel good about themselves, to be able to wean themselves off of these.
Hit 2 powerful hormone pathways. You'll be doubling down on hunger control, fat loss, and a metabolic reset. This dosing protocol shows you how guys do it with a moderate or an advanced stack. This third tool now works while you do nothing, literally. It's human growth hormone.
That is just such bullshit. He just said it there, while you do nothing. Okay, you are not going to have long-term success. You may have short-term success. You may lose the weight, but you are not going to have long-term success if you buy into this bullshit that all you have to do is inject yourself and you don't have to fucking do anything. I specifically said 2 days a week, lifting weights at 30 to 40 minutes. That's the best. If you can do that, that's the best. There are other options, you know, if we have to, if you're not able to do that, but that's important. And what you eat, making sure you get in the right amount of protein every day matters. Just eating less of the shit that you're fucking eating is not the answer. It'll work short term, but it is not the long term. It is not the long term answer. So, yeah, growth hormone. Let's hear it, bro.
To burn fat while you sleep, preserve muscle, and heal you faster. You put it into an anabolic stack, it's going to amplify the effects. It shines all year round, but really good for recomp and recovery phases. Let me be clear. If you're taking GH without T4, you're throwing away major fat loss potential. So from blood work, consider running T4 at 25 to 100 daily fasted. This will offset GH-induced TSH suppression and maintain conversion to T3. The starting point is 2 IU daily, and for every GH fat loss hack, it's all broken down in this video here. Let's move on to HCG.
Right, so now this dude, like, he's killing me. I do HGH. I've done HGH for 17 years. I'm 57 years old. I love HGH. I love growth hormone. It's the icing on the cake, but it's not the cake. The cake for most people, and especially men, is testosterone. That's the cake. Growth hormone is, and does everybody need to lose weight? Is that like, come on, man. And why is he not differentiating here in any of this shit between men and women? So the dosage is 2 IUs for fucking who? It's nuts to me that he is doing this for, like, just across the board. Let's focus on the weight loss first with the GLP-1s. Then if you are looking to have a bit better, more fit body, depending on what your goals are. Everybody doesn't want to be a gym rat. Okay, I'm a gym rat. This guy looks like a gym rat, right? That's not everybody's goal. But if you wanted to be and look like a gym rat and be that physically fit, then HGH may be a great option for you. And it's really, for women, cost-wise, very, very effective in adding muscle and just overall health benefits, skin, hair, just recovery, everything. It is the fountain of youth. I do like to say it is the fountain of youth. But again, using it for fat loss, and then this, I know I'm going to like freak out now. I look at the screen and I see HCG, because there was a fad for a little while, and it was this HCG diet. And I can't wait to blast this motherfucker on this, because the HCG diet is the most phony fucking shit on the fucking planet. Let's hear what he has to say.
Keeps your hormones working with you, not against you. Not many people know it supports T3, so that's going to stop your metabolism from slowing down. And when your system starts to feel flat, it's going to improve energy, focus, and sex drive. Its therapeutic role lives in TRT phases and allows the user to stay hormonally sharp during calorie restriction. Dosages 250 to 500 IU 3 times a week. Run it for a month, then reassess dose based on energy and blood work. Advancing now, we have GH Frag.
So in this, he didn't get into the HCG diet. And if you've ever heard about it, I'm just going to talk about it really quickly. You're going to use HCG if you're on TRT. The only time you're going to use it is if you're having issues with fertility, or you might be having ejaculation issues or that kind of thing. I've helped clients with that, and it does work. I will tell you, it's crazy. It does work for those things. It's also used by bodybuilders who are not on testosterone replacement therapy, but are doing a bodybuilder cycle using testosterone, Masteron, Anavar, these other anabolics. They're using those, and then they're going to come completely off. Well, you've shut your nuts off at 7 weeks. You want your nuts working again? HCG, it sends the message for your nuts to come back to work. So you're going to use it for that. Otherwise, if you don't need it, it is not necessary to use it. You want to have a reason to use something and not just be taking shit.
This is a targeted cutter. It's pure lipolysis. That means it goes for body fat without disrupting the GH axis. There's no IGF-1, so no insulin resistance. So it is useful for those that are a little bit sensitive to a full GH protocol. It's great pre-workout for a selective fat reduction strategy. Dosage, 500 to 1,000 mcg per time. We're not done yet because we've got melanotan 2 coming in.
Okay, so when... What? Using this fragment? Now, look, a peptide, all peptides are fragments of growth hormone. And there's 191 amino acids. And that's what you see there with the numbers that were on there, that GH and 170, whatever it was. That is a section of those amino acids. And that makes up that particular peptide. Again, there are other things available. You can use very, very popular growth hormone peptides, which increases your natural growth hormone production. Sermorelin, tesamorelin, CJC, ipamorelin, all good for that. If you want a little bit more on the fat loss side, I'd say the CJC and ipamorelin are the ones you want to do. So for people also that maybe you're already fairly fit and you want to kind of dial things in, and you don't want to use some of the older types of body fat targeting drugs like clenbuterol and things like that can really speed up your heart and cause heart racing and things like that. AOD 9604 is excellent. AOD 9604 can also be used with the GLP-1s for people that are actually looking for, maybe they've done the GLP-1s for a few months and are looking for a little bit of a bump, and they've had some decent weight loss, but they're down to that last little bit and they want a little bit more help. They're putting in the work. The AOD 9604 is a great one to use and what I would recommend. Again, like this, you want to spend your money wisely. These people just care about taking your money. Thank you for listening to my reaction video. If you don't like what you hear, contact this guy. If you like what I'm saying, contact me. You can do that by reaching out to me better than here by getting on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, any of those. I do respond to those. and do answer people. People get my personal cell phone number, which I've had for over 30 years. And I work with people all across the country in doing this as somebody who is a consultant that actually gives a shit about you doing these things and doing them right. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy.
We're not done yet because we've got Melanotan 2 coming in. Turns down hunger, turns up neat, and adds a tan use case. Load it early before a cut or lock it in before a beach holiday. MT2 tans you up a lot, suppresses the appetite while making your muscle definition pop, and it does that all with less sun because it activates MC1 receptors, boosting melanin and fat-burning signals at the same time. Heads up, watch out with the dose. Titrate up slowly because potential nausea is dose dependent. And once you reached your desired tan level and appetite drop, go down to a maintenance with dosages twice a week. So that was all 6, but now
all right. So Melanotan 2 is something I've used for years and years. He actually maybe got that mostly right about usage and dosages, except for one thing. We've not really used it, or I've not really recommended it to people for weight loss purposes. It is a factor in it. They call it the Barbie drug. If you look it up, it's called the Barbie drug. Okay. And that is because 1, it can suppress appetite. Then 2, the tanning, right? And then 3, it also, and he didn't mention it, can increase the libido. And if you're already off the hook with your libido, this will send you through the roof. Yeah, like I have to keep, Dawn on a limited dose of this shit. I'm just being honest, man. Yeah, because like I don't need her being more crazy than she is. I love her to death, but like it's like whoop. And you can also go tanning while you're using this. If you go tanning while you use this, it'll happen even faster, speed the process up even more. I've tanned redheads with this and just this kind of stuff only, so somebody that's maybe tough to tan, this is a good thing, especially if you're going on vacation. You're never going back to white. Never going back to white. No, you'll get different shades, and I've been super dark with this before. Dosing does matter, and it matters for nausea, and to get it down, different people, and then the maintenance, all of that is correct about that. But would I recommend this for somebody that's coming to me for weight loss? No, because the retatrutide is too good. The semaglutide is too good. The tirzepatide is too good. Why would I do this? And again, it's getting somebody's appetite to where it's manageable and that they understand it, that they start to understand portions, that you make changes. We are fucking 5 minutes into this fucking video that's 7 minutes and 25 seconds long, and this motherfucker ain't said shit yet about diet. Zero. How much, did he tell you how to figure out how much protein you should be eating? I didn't hear it. I haven't heard any of that shit. We got 2 minutes left. Is this dude gonna what else is he gonna say? Let's see if he can finish this off.
On to the good stuff. How to stack them all together smartly. How do we stack these things with gear to avoid wrecking our blood work? Because used right, they can target what anabolics can't. Hunger, glucose, thyroid, lipids, and recovery. The first stack is the precision cut. The base would consist of Test, Primo, maybe some Deca and Masteron with Anabar pre-workout. Reta blunts appetite and supports lipids. Growth hormone for fat oxidation and recovery. GH Frag for belly fat mobilization. Melanotan 2, a subtle neat increase, hunger suppression, and a tan to make the definition come out. This approach attacks fat from all angles. It covers food urges, hormones, and cardio efficiency, while keeping you looking full and staying mentally sharp. This second stack is a silent recall.
Okay. So we're saying you're taking all of this? Is that what he really said? So is he telling us how much? And you hardly ever see Deca at like 250 milligrams per ml. You're typically going to see it at 300, maybe something else, but I've never come across Deca 250 in my fucking life. Masteron 200 milligrams. Well, is it Masteron and Ethate or Masteron Probe? Those are two different ones. And Primo. Why are you doing Masteron and Primo together? I guess some people do, but I don't understand that. And then the test, the 100 to 250 milligrams a week, and I recommend splitting it up. That's for TRT. That's for TRT. That is not, doing like what he's talking about is for bodybuilders now. That's what I presume is. Maybe this video is more for bodybuilders. I don't know. But that's what I see him talking about here. Well, you're going to at least be bumping that up to 500 milligrams a week as for a beginner or somebody that's just doing a basic cycle. And others who are more experienced, the doses may be higher. But doing doing low dose DECA for joints, totally get that. That's going to be 50 to 100 milligrams a week. And that could be mixed with the others you see there. But otherwise, you're never going to see in a stack, or you shouldn't be. There's no good reason to take Masteron and DECA together. And then just after this, I think he added Anavar. And these people with the stupid 10 milligram tablets of fucking Anavar, okay, it just causes people to underdose the shit. That's what it does. And they think they're getting results, but the results are what they're doing. For women, I know some people are going to disagree with us, and I don't give a shit. I'm telling you, 20 to 25 milligrams of Anavar works for 90% of women. It just does. They're not going to turn into a dude. They're going to be able to add muscle. For a guy, if you're not doing 50 milligrams of Anavar a day, then you're doing chick shit. That's what you're doing. You're doing chick shit. Why are you doing that? I mean, it's not cheap. Why are you wasting it? And then on top of that, we're throwing Retta and growth hormone. I mean, look, I do this every day. This is what I do for a living, is help people with protocols and putting shit together. This is totally my wheelhouse. I have some clients that have, that have money and don't mind spending it on themselves like I do. I spend a shit ton of money on myself, and I take whatever the fuck I want because I can afford it, and I can. And I know I have quality product and a great source. That's tested. This, like, who has the money for this? People are going to watch this video and be like, I bet that we haven't looked, but I'd love later to look in the comments here and see what the people say. They got to be ripping this dude in the comments on and saying exactly what I'm saying right now. Like, dude, who has all that money to be able to do? And again, what's best for you and your budget to help you reach the results that you want? This, like, yeah, if you have an unlimited budget, great. But again, I don't understand the idea of the GH. I still don't get it, of the GH frag with doing the growth hormone. Just do the growth hormone. That's it. I doesn't make sense to me. You're wasting money with the DH frag there.
And to make the definition come out, this approach attacks fat from all angles. It covers food urges, hormones, and cardio efficiency, while keeping you looking full and staying mentally sharp. This second stack is a silent recomp. The base would be low test, TRT, or HRT. We're adding growth hormone to support lean mass and recovery. HCG preserves libido, mood, and thyroid. Trizepatide will control appetite, glucose if in a bridging phase or rebounding. MT2 would be optional, as that would improve mood, sleep, and non-exercise movement. On this protocol, you won't feel like eating lots of food or snacking, even if your calories are a bit low. So it's ideal for bridging, recomping, or recovery phase without the fat rebound. So this is the full map, gents. 6 peptides, 6 biological angles. But don't just remember their names, remember the roles they play in the fat loss game.
There you go. So there's the video. And not once did this motherfucker talk about you doing any fucking work. You doing anything. Not once did he talk about what you should eat, how much protein you should eat, just that you're not going to be eating very much. And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. You know what else suppresses appetite? Eating lots of motherfucking protein. That's what helps suppress appetite. Okay, you got to get enough protein. And especially if you're trying to do a body recomp, or if you're trying to add muscle doing this shit during this process, Protein. He didn't even mention once how important that is. And I think, is this dude even a real fucking doctor? Oh, it says he's not a doctor. Why does he say he's Dr. James? I am not a doctor. No shit, you're not a doctor, dude. Neither fuck am I. And I'm just way better than this. This is just horrible. This dude, like, get the fuck out of here with this shit, dude. That is not good shit. You need to really be balanced when you're talking about this stuff. It's so important about doing the fucking work. You got to do the fucking work, which is get rid of the junk in your diet. Get rid of the junk. You know what the junk is. Do I really need to go over what the fucking junk is? Okay, it's in the center of the fucking grocery store. Stay on the outside. It's that simple. Eat more good, healthy things that you like. Do you know how hard it is to overeat vegetables or fruit or meat? It's hard. It's hard to do. So eat that. Track it. Track your protein. Track one thing. You have to track every macro because that's not for most of you. Track your protein. You want to be at 70% of your target body weight in grams of protein a day for most people that are just average people that want to lose weight and look good. For people that are in the gym on a regular basis, 4 or 5 or more times a week and are really trying to dial things in, it needs to be a gram of protein per pound of body weight or more. It's always or more meat is a good thing. It's again, because it's so hard to overeat in protein. And then exercising. You got to do some type of weight training. If you can't do some type of weight training, then obviously you need to walk. If that's the only thing you can do, that's fine. But really, it's going to be better to protect yourself from muscle loss. It's going to be better if you can do some type of weight training. And look, truly the bare minimum, and this has been done in studies, it's literally just 30 to 40 minutes twice a week. That's it. And you're not going to be super buff, but you're not going to lose muscle. You're going to be able to lose the weight and keep it off because you didn't, if you just lose weight, what's going to happen? You're going to lose muscle. Muscle is weight. We don't want to lose muscle. We want to lose fat. All right. These are great tools, but they're just that, tools. You got to know how to use the tools, and you got to follow advice from somebody that actually gives a shit about you. And not just totally bypass this. I mean, how much does this person care about people who, in general, if you're not telling people the basics about diet and exercise? It's horrible. So that's it. That's my video. I am the Outlaw Apostle. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm the fucking guy. Hope you enjoyed my take.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That mean you really playing with your life.